Welcome to the Literary Titan podcast. In every episode, we dive into a book we've just read and share our thoughts, from best-selling authors to rising literary stars. We read it. Now let's talk about it.
The Vectorist, Book 1, Rise of the Tribes, is a near-future techno-political thriller that turns social influence into the central weapon of public life. Author M.E. Macmillan builds the novel around Marek, a master vectorist who uses AI to map human behavior, tribal loyalties, and pressure points across the internet, then nudges events at scale for clients who want power, profit, or both. What gives the book its shape is that it's also a father-daughter story. Marek's estranged daughter, Zara, has joined an anti-system movement, so the novel keeps one foot in global manipulation and the other in a badly damaged family trying to figure out whether anything human can survive inside a machine-built world. I liked how clearly the book knows its own terrain. It's not shy about being idea-driven, but it still understands that ideas need bodies, voices, habits, grudges, and private grief to matter. Early on, Marek explains his trade with chilling confidence. That's how we drive real-world change. That line works because the novel spends so much time showing what that actually means, from corporate tribal warfare to digital radicalization to the casual destruction of privacy. Macmillan writes this world as sleek, cold, and overstimulated, and the atmosphere fits the premise really well. The strongest thread in the novel is Marek himself. He could have been written as just a symbol of technocratic corruption, but he comes off as something more bruised and recognizably human. He's vain, brilliant, compromised, and emotionally stalled. Yet the book keeps circling back to the pain he can't manage when it comes to Zara. That gives the story a real pulse. Zara works well as his counterforce, not because she's presented as morally spotless, but because she's trying to recover a sense of life beyond systems, metrics, and manipulation. I think their conflict gives the novel room to ask what freedom might look like after a society has confused connection with capture. By the time the story moves toward Arborstead, the Luddite nation, and the mass log-off, the book becomes less about tactical dominance and more about civilizational withdrawal. That shift is bold, and I think it works. The novel starts in a world where every node can be tracked and exploited, then gradually pivots toward the radical possibility of refusal. One of the most telling lines comes later, when the anti-lattice movement reframes escape in plain language. Freedom isn't found in the cloud. That turn gives the book a surprisingly earnest streak. Under all the surveillance, strategy, and digital warfare, it's interested in whether people can relearn how to live without constant mediation. The Vectorist is a speculative thriller with a strong ideological backbone, a clean sense of momentum, and a real appetite for big questions about power, technology, and consent. It's most compelling when it lets those questions run through the personal wreckage between Marek and Zara, because that's where the book stops being only conceptual and starts feeling intimate. The result is a novel that's sharp, serious, and openly argumentative in the best way. It's a warning about what happens when influence becomes infrastructure and the soul gets treated like data.
Thanks for joining us on the Literary Titan podcast. If today's review sparked your interest, be sure to pick up a copy of the book and experience it for yourself. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a rating, or share it with a fellow book lover. Until next time, keep reading, not just to escape, but to grow.